Hi, my name's Laura Pannack and this is my Apocalypse Pictures. The first picture that I'm going to take into the bunker is one by Mcginley. I think I chose this because it's incredibly unique. I've never seen an image like it. And what I quite like about it is if somebody said to me, oh, that Mcginley image with the girl lying on her back, with this kind of orgasmic expression, I'd know exactly what image they were referring to. I love the sense of mystery in it. You really don't know what's going on. There's this sense of absolute orgasmic desire, but it could also be pain. You don't know if she's sober, if she's drunk, if she's on drugs, if she's dreaming, if she's awake. I just like this kind of simplicity of it and the intense kind of emotion that comes with it. And then just when it comes down to the aesthetic, it's just such a beautiful image. It's so painterly, the tones are just exquisite. And that's really my palette, those dark greens. And I just think it's beautiful, it's perfect. So the next image that I've chosen is by Taryn Simon. I chose this because I like the whole series and I think that it represents the simplicity yet the complexity of her work. I know that's really contradictory, but this was a project called The Innocents where she took people, I could be totally wrong, but from memory, she took people who had been wrongly convicted of crimes back to the scene of the crime with their victims. And I thought that was not only a very smart thing to do, but it was also really daring and I imagine incredibly troublesome. And, just the attention to detail that she's gone to just really does create a filmic scene and create this idea of a kind of narrative, but in an incredibly otherworldly way and a very skillful way. Her lighting is incredibly skillful. So she balances, not only that intellect and that theory, but also, that skill of nailing the aesthetic. So I've chosen this image, which is not the kind of image that you'd actually expect from Vanessa Winship. What I love about this is it still has that kind of, you've got the essence of those piercing whites in the eyes and beautiful tones and, this really soft, gorgeous light. But you've got so much going on, but yet it's totally got her signature style on it. And for me, it's quite rare to see an image with lots of people in where each one has really been touched by the photographer. And that's what I feel. I feel like each one of these alone could be a Vanessa Winship portrait. But I love, I just love the composition. I love everything that is going on in the picture. Demands your attention at once, but in a very gentle way. So I don't find, this man completely overwhelming and dominating the picture. I actually find he's leading your eyes into it. I just think it's stunning, and it's an image that I just come back to again and again and again, and I just think it's flawless. So I feel like I couldn't do this without including a Joel Sternfeld, because he's such a huge influence and I absolutely adore so many of his images. And the same with his portraits. They're absolutely phenomenal. He seems to be one of those rare photographers that absolutely nails the portraits and landscapes, whereas I don't know many that can kind of tick both of those boxes for me. It's very beautiful. Like, the colours are very beautiful, the composition is very beautiful, and everything is in the frame for a reason. Nothing's unnecessary. But yet the image can breathe. And I just love this kind of element of this car, because you were just so wondering if this is a scene of the crime, or, has this just been buried there for so many years that everyone knows it within this area as that car in that rock. I don't know, I like the sense of mystery that comes with it. And this for me kind of is just such a kind of a decent representation of a load of his other images. It's not a one-off. This isn't just kind of, a lucky shot. it's Joel. I really didn't enjoy selecting one of my images, but I settled on this one because it's a recent project that I'm doing, something that I'm working on at the moment. It's in progress. And for this particular image, I envisioned what I wanted to shoot before I shot it, which is quite rare. And this is probably a week into me having food poisoning. And I remember climbing this hill, and it began to rain. And I remember trying to persuade this boy to put a goat on his shoulders and then tying it up and kind of, you know, with all the string and having the bucket. And I just remember it being quite difficult. But I remembered that as soon as I picked up my camera and I started to kind of concentrate on taking that picture, all the pain in my stomach and kind of fatigue and frustration kind of melted away, and I just immersed myself into the moment. It was quite mysterious. I think having a picture taken is a very, very intimate and kind of, it's a very unique experience.